The Last Light on the Pass, full version. High in the mountains, where the clouds clung to the peaks, there was an old lighthouse. It was a strange place for a lighthouse, as there was no sea nearby. However, in the past, traders and travelers used to pass through these passes, and the light that shone from the top guided them through the fog and storms. Now, the path had become overgrown, and travelers had long since stopped coming here. The only person who remained at the lighthouse was the old caretaker, Arsen. He had lived here for most of his life, ever since he was a young boy, coming to help his father, who had once lit this light. With each passing year, winter came earlier. The winds howled harder, the snow fell thicker, and the village below saw less and less of the sun. People had grown accustomed to the light, as if it were just an old habit of Arsen's. "Why do you need this light, grandfather?" the children of the village would ask him. "No one ever comes through the pass." Arsen would only smile and reply, "The light is not for those who see it, but for those who are in the dark." He was a quiet man, but his eyes were kind. In the evenings, he would sit by the window, listening to the wind and the creaking of the old generator's gears. Sometimes he would feel as if he were talking to the light itself, as if it were a living friend. One day, a storm began that was unlike any other. The snow fell in sheets, the thunder rumbled directly overhead, and the wind howled as if it wanted to tear the lighthouse off the mountain. In the village, the lights went out, the connection was lost, and people locked themselves in their homes. Only one window, at the top, still glowed with a warm yellow light. As midnight approached, Arsen heard a strange sound, as if someone was knocking on a metal door. He stepped outside, covering himself with a cloak. There was no one there, just the wind. But down below, in the fog, he spotted a tiny light. It looked like a lantern. "It can't be," he whispered. He rushed back inside and turned on the old generator. The machine creaked and shuddered, and a minute later, a powerful beam cut through the darkness. It turned slowly, illuminating pieces of the road in the storm. Arsene stood by the window, his eyes fixed on the pass. An hour passed, then two. The old man was still on his feet,